Alleluia, Christ is risen. The Lord is risen indeed. Alleluia. It might seem on this Easter day, as new life returns and lockdown eases and we rediscover our communal life together, that we've finally reached the last glorious chapter of what was a tragic and devastating story. The story has taken us through pain and struggle, death and desolation, until finally we reach a place of joy and freedom. Finally the stone is rolled away, the light pours in, the love shines out. We've made it. It could describe not only Holy Week and Easter, but the whole of last year to this day, with all the emotions it stirs for us. But of course, the story does not and will not end there. This is not a Hollywood happily ever after ending. There's more, much more to come. There's an ancient tradition that refers to Easter as the 8th day of creation, the first day of a new way of living. It's the start of something new and exciting, not a moment to close the book, to shelve it and go back to how we were. No, the reality is that our task is now to write the next chapter. The resurrection story we tell again and celebrate today isn't just his story. It's not just history. It's our story. It's our song. We can't simply sit around listening to it. Like any good song or piece of music, it nudges us to tap our feet, join in, hum along, sing it out loud with our living and our loving. As we carefully and slowly emerge from this COVID pandemic, from all the wounds and the pain it has caused, as we see the vulnerabilities and inequalities that have been revealed, we must learn afresh that way of love. We've learned painfully, surprisingly perhaps, how much we need each other, how much we hurt when we're isolated, how much we need companions with us on this journey. God's people have always been a people on the move, journeying and growing. And Easter tells us again that the story has not reached its conclusion. We haven't arrived, we're just beginning. We're beginning again to learn that love is the way. So as Easter people, may we write together a story of love across our communities, between our communities, within our communities. Easter affirms again, love is stronger than hate, light stronger than darkness, life stronger than death. Bitterness, anger, resentment, jealousy, hatred, injustice, selfishness, all these things nailed Jesus to the cross and extinguished his life. But early one morning, while it was still dark, a woman, Mary Magdalene, with tears in her eyes, fearing that all hope was gone, came to the tomb, the symbol of all that sought to destroy life and love, only to discover that the tomb was broken open. It was empty. He'd gone and love had won the day. That love story is our story. It is the story of double love, love of God and love of each other. Mary had taken all that teaching in. She hung on Jesus' words, loved to be in his presence. So she got up in the dark, not really knowing what was happening, and went to that tomb to do the final tasks of love, to do what love does. And in doing so, she encountered Jesus and was herself reborn to hope and love. Jesus was alive, and what's more, even in and through her tears and the darkness, he brought her back to life too. God had somehow been working behind the scenes all along, working through the chaos, through the pain, through the darkness. And maybe that's true for us too as we look back. Maybe this is the way of God, that somehow, behind the scenes, in ways we might not fully understand, God is present, loving, working, even in the chaotic and the disastrous. So it's now our task to live the love we have been taught too. The story isn't over. It's not concluded today on this resurrection day. Now the story begins. like Mary, we must do what love does. Write that story well, live that story well, and do it knowing that love never dies. For Christ is risen. He is risen indeed. Alleluia. A very happy Easter to you all.